Hi Aquarius, welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing a reading that I'm calling Vectors of Beauty. The idea is to draw 5 cards in honor of the 5-pointed star shape that Venus does as she orbits the sun. And so to bring forth, to tell us more about whatever beauty lies in your life. So the 5 cards will tell us whatever beauty is entering your life, whatever beauty you're putting out there. All the cards will be upright. And let's just do this. What is Aquarius creating in terms of beauty in the world? And what beauty is entering Aquarius's life? One more card. One more card to show us the beauty in Aquarius's life, please. Where lies the beauty? This card. Wow. Okay, you start with the Knight of Wands. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. I like this reading. I like the reading because of there are no cups, but the rest is very well balanced. You've got the earth energy with the pentacles. You have a lot of fire energy with the Sun and the Knight of Wands. You have some swords here, so you have air. I just feel like there's a lot of life in your reading. There's a pregnant woman here. You have the Sun, of course, and on this card you have lovers. You also have a couple here. So there's a lot of, although there's no cups, there's a lot of emotion on the table. So it's really interesting. It's like, something is being felt because of his absence. Interesting. So Aquarius, I think you're feeling very good about yourself. I think you have a particular sense of pride, healthy pride, of course. I think, I don't know, I sense you to be comfortable in your body. This gentleman has very well-defined muscular arms, so he feels strong, he feels handsome, beautiful if you're a woman, right? But I mean, there's definitely, the beauty lies in your body, I guess. And it also lies in how you feel in your body, right? This sort of physical confidence, and it's emphasized because it's a knight, right? So the strength of the horse, the physicality that it evokes, right? The sort of the stallion, right? The speed and also the fact that the horse is a noble animal, very elegant. So maybe when you walk elegantly. You know, the person is also richly dressed here, like this beautiful red cape. A lot of elegance. And it could be, you know, the elegance is also in your stature, right? It's not just the clothing. I think it really emanates from you. It's quite beautiful. There's a lot of Aquarians in fashion, actually, because of the novelty, right? All of the innovation that is sort of necessary to create, you know, the new trends, right? Anything out of the norm, and you know, you sort of have to break the mold to be able to create very new and, I don't know, sort of in your face kind of clothing, you know, in the sense that it stands out and it's original and different, right? And that would, you know, really create trends instead of just, you know, following the herd. So yeah, fashion could be important. But if it's not fashion, it doesn't have to be that. It could just be anything creative, right? Anything that is, but I am tempted to say like colorful, that would imply textures and, you know, that would definitely be the case, because look, there's all these motifs here. I feel this cape is very rich and luscious, right? It's very it's sensual, you know. I don't know, obviously we can't tell what the fabric is, but I sense it to be like rich, you know, like something of quality is what I mean. And this card for me is you, Aquarius. I don't know why I'm tempted to associate this card with you. There's someone in your surroundings, and if it's not someone, it doesn't have to be. It could be, you know, another aspect of your personality, whereas you're more fiery, quote unquote. You're an air sign, right? But I mean, at the moment, you have this fiery passion inside of you that is actually exuding through your body, okay? Can be felt through how you stand, how you walk, how you move your hands. And yet there's a grounded quality, very practical, even a tinge cautious to a degree. You could be someone close to your money. Aquarians are usually close to their money, or they like making money. So does Capricorn, and this is a Capricorn card, kind of. Taurus, Capricorn, even Virgo, because of the earth element. But it's really interesting. There's this sort of business acumen that you might possess, right? And I think I like the combination, because if this is you, you're very sort of outgoing, but I think you have a very steady side to your personality, right? Like, although you're outgoing, you're not, you don't jump blindly, although, you know, sometimes the Knight of Wands does, you know, like just jump into things, but not with this Queen of Pentacles backing him, right? There's something about it that slows you down, but in the most productive way, right? Just simply adds to your clarity in terms of your choices, your actions, your decisions. It's a very beautiful mix, actually. I like that. And then look, you're just radiating, like you're just emanating. You're like, you probably are being told that you're like sunshine wherever you go. I'm sure people will describe you as Mr. or Mrs. Sunshine, literally. There's a glow on you. There's sort of this, I don't know, it's like, look at this. You know, the sun, like the solar plexus, and like here, like it just happens that the tip of the horse's harness or head harness or helmet, whatever you want to, I don't know how to say this in English, but this particular circle here is like right at the height of the solar plexus of the night. So there's really this association of the solar plexus being activated strongly and, you know, pulsating with this amazing energy, vital energy. You're a force to be reckoned with. Let me put it that way. There's something really, really creative, original, different about you. It really speaks of your essence being singular. It attracts others. It shines light. So you probably also bring a lot of clarity. And you're well-rounded here. You know, I described it as you've got both facets, right? Where people would actually trust your advice and the light that you shine on their situations if you're to give advice. There's definitely huge potential for healing, self-healing as well for yourself. But I think literally, if you haven't been told before, I want to say it's impossible. It's impossible you haven't been called Mr. or Mrs. Sunshine. It's too strong. It's too obvious. That's what it is. It's obvious. It's like everyone can see this this light inside of you. And look, I mean, it's even around you as a halo, right? That's really interesting because I think now both your solar plexus and your crown are very, very particularly activated or opened or strong, or I guess they're like your main portals, maybe. Main portals of expression. And because obviously I'm sure you would use, we all use our 7 chakras, but well, you know, we use them differently and they're not all used at the same time, etc., etc. I don't want to get into that, but I just want to emphasize that for you, these 2 chakras are main portals of expression. So how you come across, and I guess where the purest light sort of is what reaches out. This is where your beauty, so in your case, you're really the one generating beauty, by the way. I'm not saying that it would never come to you, but you are particularly sort of wired to embody beauty and to sort of spread beauty, sort of sow beauty. I'm saying sort of, but it's not sort of. It's like spreading, sowing. I should just emphasize that you do it naturally. That's what it is. It comes to you effortlessly. That's so beautiful because it's so easy. You're going somewhere, Aquarius. You know, this is the air element, so it's interesting. I just pulled this card, I think, for Sag, and I could really feel the wind on this card. I don't know, it comes back to maybe you're at a moment where you're letting yourself, how can I put it? Here, with these energies, typically you decide what you want, right? You're the decider. In this case, it feels like you're trying something like a novelty. You're like sort of learning how to drift, and in a good way, right? I'm not saying anything like, I'm not depicting being all over the place. I'm not saying you're drifting without any clue, or you sort of are, in the sense that, you know, you're just allowing, I guess. But it doesn't mean that you're aimless. You know, I mean, I keep seeing that these, her arms being outstretched like this on this picture shows me that there is an aim. But it's not conscious, or it's not, doesn't have the idea of control. I don't know, it's if you understand what I mean, it's sort of a, I don't know, uncontrolled, controlled. I can't express it. Anyway, I don't know. I think the main idea, the main point I want to bring up is the fact that you're allowing, you're doing something different. You're sort of letting yourself drift. So you probably won't let yourself, you know, drift in a bad direction, or, you know, someplace that would be hurtful or harmful to you. I'm just saying that you're maybe allowing more, going with the flow than usual, right? Maybe a bit more than usual. I still have this residual, I have to bring it forth. There's a lot of unknown on this card. I think that's what it is. That's why I'm using the word drifting. There's a huge unknown portion of to this card that is, you know, instead of the Knight of Wands is like usually gallops towards, you know, one particular thing, right, that he's totally driven by or feels very enthusiastic towards. Whereas here, I think there's this part of it's interesting. Is that you're traveling, but you're really on a journey. So the journey is not defined. It has a lot of unknown variables. And actually, I think maybe you are enjoying yourself more than you would have thought, because you're sort of in your air element. And I think it doesn't, I think it's pleasurable to you. Whereas you might have had previously maybe more sort of made practical decisions, right? In the way that you are sort of constructed here, like, you know, fire, earth, you might suddenly be more tempted to follow your air element. And I just want to keep saying that I think you're pleasantly surprised at the sensation. Maybe you're exhilarated by the fact that there's things that are unknown. You know, what would have sort of kept you from going towards something by having too much unknown in the past suddenly becomes a criteria of, you know, what you decide to go for, because maybe it's making you vibrate, you know, maybe it's making you resonate, makes you feel alive, more alive. It's interesting. It's beautiful. It's really like the unknown, the air is fueling the fire, your inner fire. And then here you have this beautiful accomplishment, I want to say. It's almost like, you know, all of this, typically you would say the hard work, right? But it doesn't feel like this was hard work, you know? And it's so it's like bountiful, like it's, you know, what's more beautiful than a child? You know, life, it's life. If it's not like, it doesn't have to be literally a child, it's bringing life, again, feeling alive, feeling pregnant with, you know, ideas, or with creation, with whatever you want to create in your life. All this beauty, it's almost like you have all this beauty and it's growing, and it's really interesting. It comes from this unknown though, like it's coming out of the unknown. So maybe that's, you know, it's interesting. It's like linking all of your unconscious and your imagination, where, you know, you'd be the parts of you that are unknown to you suddenly are bearing fruit. You feel pregnant with, you know, and you want to actually give birth to all of this beauty. And it's interesting because I feel like this beauty, all of this is it's like through work, right? It's like, it's almost like saying for you, you're birthing new ideas in work. It's about your career. It's about, you know, the things you do to make money, but you're obviously absolutely not driven by money. This is not the point. The point is, it's almost like this expression, this self-expression of your essence, of your, those portals of expression of, you know, your solar plexus and your crown are going to come through in the world as beauty through your work. So, you know, I did mention fashion and stuff, so I think it has to do with being artistic, especially with the sun here, right? Sun being 5th house, Leo energy. So everything creative, being unique. Aquarians are also unique, right? They're very different. They stand out in a crowd. You know, and like I said, you stand out from, and I mentioned the strength here on the body. It's really interesting. It's a mix of Leo, Aquarius. It's really beautiful, like truly, truly beautiful. What you're about to bring forth is spectacular. That's the word. Very spectacular. It's funny. You get a bow. So I didn't mention fashion, but interestingly enough, where am I going to put this? Yeah, the bow is going to be the fashionista here. And here we have the peacock. So all in all reasonable and respectful ways. I'm going to put that on the sun, right? Because I do think you are allowed to peacock yourself and to show off and to basically stand out, as long as you're not, overpowering others, which I really don't think you do. So it's the very positive expression of that. And all eyes are on you, right? With this peacock, like, all the eyes on the feathers of the tail, right? So, and you're very pretty. The bow is like to make pretty, right? So you're very pretty, which is the beauty I was describing about your natural ease, your body, like your natural beauty, physical beauty. And then here we have the phone. I don't know. The phone could go either on the Eight of Pentacles, but I think it's the unknown, right? It's on the, I'm going to put it on the Six of Swords. Because when the phone rings, and this is an old phone, this is not your cell phone. There's no caller ID. You can't see who's calling you. So this is the unknown. When you get that call, you don't know who's calling you. So this is the idea that, you're getting communication with the Six of Swords, which is not typically a card of communication, but it's, the phone is telling me this communication. It's communication with the unknown. This is what I'm trying to say. So you're allowing, right? I was describing how you're allowing yourself to go towards the unknown, to drift. So you're communicating with the unknown. And I could even go as far as saying communicating with the unspoken. Thrilling read. I'm really loving this. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. I hope you liked it. I'll see you soon. Bye.